If I mess up her work, I will never forgive myself.
We're gonna have to start the collab all over again.
This is YouTube's biggest art collab. Started by 1000. He sent it to Temi Denzel Art. She passed it to Black Bean CMS. And now it's with me, Curriegoat. Every new artist must have less subscribers so that small creators have their time to shine. But the canvas is already a third full. And the sub count is still in the hundreds of thousands. So to really make this YouTube's biggest art collab, I need to make this even bigger. So the first thing we need is the materials to make this happen. So I'm gonna go and get some planks of wood and some hinges. And then any other miscellaneous things that I need to get out of the way. Guys, imagine I was literally about to buy that big piece of plywood and look what I just found. I'm back. So here's what inspired me to do this. The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. Aside from being a masterpiece, it's also a triptych. 3 canvases held together by hinges. The composition is broken into 4 scenes. 1 across the doors and 1 on each of the inner panels. So when I make this canvas that size, YouTube's biggest art collab really may end with an artist that has 1 single subscriber. Oh my god, are you okay? So I just finished drawing that line. The line that I've drawn goes against the wood grain, so really it's supposed to be going that way. And that's going to become really important later, but right now we have a problem. You see, I only have a jigsaw. It cuts freehand because it doesn't have a guard, which is great for curved lines, but for straight lines, not so much. I'm going to need some time to think. It's the next day. We back outside. I think I figured out what I need to cut a straight line, so I went back to the store to get what I need. Good thing I had this Curriegoat knitted tote bag with me, available now at curriegoat.com to help with all your shopping needs. I got this plank, it's just a bit longer than the plywood. I'm going to use these clamps to create a guide for my saw. I mark the distance from the line to the edge of the saw, clamp down, and it's time to cut. Well, that didn't work. The line turned out so mega crooked, like if you look here you can actually see where I drew the line. Remember when I said that I need to draw it against the grain? And that's going to become really important later. Well, it turns out that doesn't really matter either because the edge is super messed up anyway. But I have a plan B. Good old fashioned elbow grease. I'm going to use the block sander that I picked up and some sandpaper to get them edges all the way together. But even when it's sanded, the edges of plywood look kind of wrinkly, so if I just get my iron, use it to apply this facing. I'm just gonna cut it to the length, iron it down about 5 times on each side, cut off the excess, sand, and voila, perfectly smooth plywood edges. Now we prep 1 part water, 1 part primer, mix them together and spread it all over the board in light washes until it's built up. Bro, I've been painting this for hours. I have to wait every few minutes just for like the thing to actually dry. I'm sure that you guys will appreciate the effort that I've just putting in. It's for you. I added a few tiny drops of golden fluid acrylic to some water. Did you guys like my nails, by the way? My friend Jess made them. Everyone go follow Jess. Sand the facing and paint it black to match. The hinges and handles are both don't match, so I'm going to spray them matte black. I'm going to put these near the top so they don't limit the design possibilities. I need to draw this really close to where 1000 and Temi's paintings are.
If I mess this up, we're gonna have to start the collab all over again.
I've never made a triptych before. Why risk it with this? Whose bright idea was it to put me in this collab? Oh my god. Oh, I got Temi's now. If I mess up her work, I will never forgive myself. Oh my god, I'm sweating. The wood's kind of bent a bit, but no matter what, we are going to be able to add more artists. I just realized I don't even know what I'm going to paint. I'm just going to call it a day, get some sleep.
The next day.
I just woke up, still no ideas. Whenever I'm in a block like this, I like to just leave the house.
5 hours later.
Guess who's a happy boy? I've got an idea. I just went to 180 The Strand here in London. I found these Daniel Ersham statues. Like, he's one of my favorite artists. I painted this table a year ago. I'm going to rework this design with a stone and crystal vibe. 1000 put a note on the back of this. If you need to cut into, overlap, intersect my art, please feel free. I'm hoping for a cohesive composition in the end. So the design needs to intersect in some way, which is gonna be tough. I took a picture of the canvas and drew over it to get perfect placement. I like the idea of drawing something on Christian's shoulder, giving him pressure. Pet that bird harder. Fan that lady with them leaves. So for all the new people watching, I am a nerd from the 90s. And my style is influenced by the shows I watched while I was growing up. They all had this cel-shaded style, meaning no blending of shadows and hard outlines. I am so lucky to be painting next to these 3 super talented artists. Christian, knees. Your painting is so smooth, like warm butter, baby. And now our pieces need to intersect. Child, I hope I don't mess this up. My goal is to lay down the paint as smooth as possible, so I'm using super thin layers to build up. And the best part about these overpriced paints is that they're fluid, but still super loaded with pigment, so it won't take too many coats to build up the color. The worst part is that I always squeeze out way too much and end up with these expensive sheets of plastic. This doesn't look good.
It's in that awkward middle stage. Everything just looks so flat compared to everyone else's work. But we're gonna push through. I will not let this collab down. You see, I've had this collab for a month now and the video still isn't out. Everyone's waiting for it. I'm holding up the collab. This is unacceptable. I need to finish this painting and I need to finish it today. So I continued ruining this painting. It was tense. The clock was ticking, but finally, I'm done. But before the final reveal, let's introduce the next artist to be a part of YouTube's biggest art collab.
How to do traditional art. Oh, hi there, I'm Saltunes, and I guess I'm getting this next. I'm mainly a digital artist who does pixel art, cartoons, and game development, so it should be interesting to see how or if I can translate that onto this awesome project. Huge thanks to Curriegoat for choosing me to do this. I already know you've killed it, man, and I'm super excited to give it a shot, so let's see what happens.
No one has ever done pixel art in either season 1 or 2 of this collab. I'm so excited to see what he'll bring to this piece. And now, the final reveal. Thank you so much, 1000, for starting this collab. Thank you, Temi and Christian, for sending it to me. And thank you so much for watching. That's all I got. Bye, friends.